Sunny.
Kyle.
Yes.
We're
Happy
back.
Thursday to you.
Happy Thursday to you too, bud. What's going on?
Oh man, let's talk about Elon Musk and the Twitter takeover today. Man, I'm having a good day. Had a baby, went super well in the last couple days. Like did a home birth. It was amazing. Yeah. I'll just show a quick picture of I've got right here. Where are you, Charlie? Where are you, Charlie?
Congratulations, bud.
Let me get it here. There we go.
Look at that. New baby.
Oh, it's brand new baby.
Congratulations.
Life continues. As Elon Musk says, we must continue to populate this planet. Let's not depopulate it as some others are planning to do. This is a home birth. I'd highly recommend anybody who's considering or is planning to have baby to definitely talk to midwives, explore midwifery, explore home births, explore water births, understand your risk level, but explore that. But yeah, it was really amazing. It was so beautiful. It was sacred. My wife Brittany, so incredible. It was like, oh, it was awesome. And baby is healthy, great, terrific. It was so nice to not be in the hospital. It was just so great. Anyways, I'd recommend that for everybody. But today, Sunny, dude, let's talk about Elon Musk and let's talk about the Twitter takeover that he is proposing, some of the fallout. It looks like there is just, can you make this bigger, Sunny? Like a lot bigger, like a lot bigger.
Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah, because we'll provide a little context, but Elon Musk is one of the largest users on Twitter. He's expressed concerns with regards to the platform. Can you make it bigger?
Just give me a second. Go ahead.
Still bigger. And he acquired almost 10% of the company, became the largest shareholder, and then was not allowed to be on the board. And I don't think he wanted to necessarily be on the board, but was aiming to try to mix things up there. And yeah, so he today, 10 hours ago, he issued he had an offer to make. Here's the text of the offer, but basically there's another tweet that really that
let me read this. Have you read this yet?
Yeah.
Have you read his actual words yet?
Read it aloud.
Have you read it, Kyle? Kyle,
yeah.
there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Have you read this?
Yeah. The one above it is better though.
Which one's that?
Right here, Exhibit B.
Okay, let's.
Brett Taylor, chairman of the board. I invested in Twitter as I believe it is in its potential to be a platform for free speech around the globe, and I believe free speech is a societal imperative for functioning democracy. However, since making my investment, I now realize the company will neither thrive nor serve this societal imperative in its current form. Twitter needs to be transformed as a private company. As a result, I am offering to buy 100% of Twitter for $54.20 per share in cash, a 54% premium over the day before I began.
His life just one big joke to this man.
In Twitter, and a 38%. And probably up his head. So, anyways, he has made this offer and he wants to take it over and make it public. And I think that this is a huge news, and like people are freaking out about this. Also, we're seeing a lot of the guardians of the narrative now coming out saying this is bad for democracy. We need we need more content moderation. Free speech is a bad thing. We need more censorship. And Twitter is a cesspool of censorship, and it is riddled with agent smiths and bots and new accounts, and the algorithms, the way that they show certain content over others. It is a matrix of control in its current form, and it looks like Elon has also understood that and is saying, no more. Something must be done about this, because it has become so large as a platform, and many people do rely on it. On a side note, a friend of mine, Alex Transplendor on Twitter, just got banned, got his entire account deleted yesterday. It's super brutal. Like 30,000 followers. He makes amazing content, just completely annihilated directly. He's very
Really?
open and truthful about his views, and so just by sharing things that you don't like, that gets you axed. We should be able to debate things in an open society. There should be no question that doesn't warrant, that is sacrosanct from discussion. And so I really believe, well, I hope that Elon Musk ultimately is successful in this bid, and that Twitter can go through a phase of innovation, as opposed to just being a walled garden, incubator and controlled narrative kind of. It has a lot of free speech within it. Don't get me wrong there, but it also has, there's like some mischievous tricks in play as well.
Yeah, and then just gonna share another. So I mean, I guess you were kind of referencing this here, but did you? Oh, let's go. So, just 2 hours ago, you want to
Yeah,
read?
can you make it bigger? It's still really
Yeah.
hard to read. Bigger. There we go.
So who's
So
this?
this is from Al-Walid Talal.
The chairman of the board. Wait, whoops! I kind of messed that up. It's been a while. It's too big, dude. Come on. It's too big. There is such a thing as too big. The chairman of the board of Kingdom KHC, the chairman of the board of Al Walid Falan, the chairman of the board of Rotana, 14 million followers. Seems
The kingdom.
legit.
This is the kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
I don't believe that the proposed offer by Elon Musk, 420, comes close to the intrinsic value of Twitter, given its growth prospects.
Okay.
Being one of the largest and long-term shareholders of Twitter, the kingdom and I reject this offer. Well, we know how. Well, so what does Elon reply? Interesting. Just two questions, if I may. How much of Twitter does the kingdom own, directly and indirectly? What are the kingdom's views on journalistic freedom of speech? Those are two very, very good questions. And I think we all know that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is not big fans of freedom of speech, and they are all about censorship. And they have a long history of track record of extreme social stratification, within the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So him calling him out is interesting. It'd be interesting to know, hey, how much of Vanguard and BlackRock does the kingdom own as well? But
so what happened with Vanguard? You mentioned something earlier.
Yeah,
is it public? Like, can we look something up?
Yeah, no, it's just it should be on the on the trending, just Vanguard.
Okay.
So yeah, check that one out. So let me get this straight. The progressive left is now rooting for Saudi Arabia, Wall Street, and Vanguard, BlackRock, and against free speech and the man, free speech, liberty, and the dude who makes electric cars and wants to go to Mars.
That gets a retweet.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this is like, so Vanguard just made a big buy offer, and became the largest shareholder in Twitter. Ousting Elon for that top spot. Also, maybe because, hey, it's public knowledge that there's an offer on the table for $54.20, on the shares. So if they buy right now for, I don't know, whatever it is, I don't know what the price is. Let's say it's $40. Like, that's an instant 20% ROI. That's an easy answer. The bigger, more nefarious answer is that Twitter is a tool of the corporatocracy to control speech and to control narrative, and it is worth a lot more than just 54.2 billion, or however much he's valuing it at 42 billion or whatever it is. I feel like there's also he also probably figured out another 420 in there, in terms of values. Dude is hilarious, like how he memes.
Yeah, no, he's classic. He's classic. So he's been on a bit of a tear. I mean, he's just been it's good, man. It's good. To me, I know he's a controversial figure, and I think rightfully so. But like both sides tend to love and hate him. But I think he's a good guy. I think he's trying to do the right thing. So we'll see. We'll see where all this goes. What else do you want to double click on here in terms of this
Well,
topic? Because you said you wanted to go all in on this topic, no
let's go
other
all in
topic.
on
So let's go. What
let's
else
go
you
all
got?
in, because it's like, where can Twitter go from here? But like, here I just put in the private
Can we
chat
tie
another.
in Bitcoin? Like, I mean, does that
Yeah,
even
let's
come in? As in, yeah,
we're gonna get
we'll
we're
get
gonna
there.
get to how important
Because he
Dogecoin is
did
going to be in
allude
all
to
this.
like open source decentralization or something like that, right? There's a tweet along the lines where he said, it should be an open platform, right?
Well, yeah, and like there's a lot of closed source activities, specifically the algorithms is, like what's really kind of, is the secret sauce under the hood. And
Mm.
the way that, yeah, I would say a lot of, like, how many times do you have to click that, like, some responses have been are like shown to be this or that. And I always feel like, the first thing I do is scroll to the bottom of the comments, then click that button to see the other responses, because, like, the top one are generally like parrot accounts, troll accounts, and agent accounts. And so there's a lot of like anonymous, like newly created or long time created, low following, low followers accounts that wage psychological warfare on Twitter with, with good human beings, towards dehumanizing, disempowering, like, gaslighting and more tactics that are very sophisticated that are being employed, but they're not real people behind them. So one of the things that I would love to
I'm having
see.
a really hard time focusing on your face because my eye always goes to the dogs because they're like eyeball, googly eyes looking at me. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I
It's
can't
really
see you.
creepy. I'm serious.
I can't. Well, those eyes are very powerful. Um,
Okay,
those those
continue.
those are the eyes.
Yeah.
Um, so I would like, add that, Twitter as a platform, if like fully opened up, and like, was, and like innovation was really brought in, and it
Mm.
like moved past being this, what it kind of currently is. Like there's like huge potential. Like just think about like the polling within Twitter, and this is something that I relate to, like with Canada, and the idea of it. I think polling is one thing that we don't, get too much. It's very inaccurate, and it's been
Mm.
heavily kind of gamed and politicized. But with, like, if, for example, there was verified identities on Twitter, like, if you had to, like, prove that you're a real person to use Twitter, maybe get the blue check mark by taking a photo of yourself with a selfie with your ID, just to prove you're a real person, and then put it on a location. Then I think the voting becomes a lot more interesting. Then I think, then all of a sudden, like, the polling, the voting that happens within Twitter can be much more impactful. It can also be, like, segregated against different areas, and it could be a tool for, some democracy. But again, those are some future discussions that becomes of what's possible. Ultimately, like integrating crypto in a better way, having Bitcoin, Dogecoin, like, more present would be freaking awesome.
Are you aware of any decentralized Twitter-like platforms
I
or
mean,
like
there's a host of them, but I think this is what
what's
Elon
the
recognized too.
mm,
This is what Elon's recognized too. It's like, man, Twitter's got all, like, it's got
network
so many
effect?
eyeballs on it. It's got the network effect
Mm.
on it that, like, you
It
know,
is the news.
it's like, yeah, it's like Trump started Truth Social, and it's like, it's gonna have a tough time, and there's already Getter, and it's like, but like
Mm.
all the politicians, all the businesses, everybody's already on Twitter. Most people are on Twitter. A lot of people have been axed off Twitter, and that's what's necessitated the need for Getter and these other social networks to begin. But
Mm.
if there's an ability to, like, create a constitution for Twitter around, like, the principles of the platform that don't involve, like, you know like axing presidents and axing people who are asking tough questions, and shadow banning, users, and selectively limiting the amount of exposure that people and tweets get, and then also highlighting top tweets, and then oh man, there's so many kind of different elements within it, that can be addressed and explored. So if he is successful of taking this over, there's a major people, the controllers within Twitter are going to have a conniption. He also basically called out the management, saying they're unable to
But that's what I was hoping we would read the second part. But
okay, let's read the second part.
Yeah, okay, I'll find it. Just give me a second. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna make it bigger. Just chill. Here we go. Read this part. Send via text, and then the bottom is a voice script.
Best and final. I am not playing the back and forth game. I have moved straight to the end.
Oh, wait,
it's a high price.
Oh,
As I indicated this weekend, I believe the company should be private, and through the changes that need to be made. After the past several days of thinking this, I have decided I want to acquire the company and take it private. He has decided. I'm going to send you an offer letter tonight. It will be public in the morning. Public. Are you available to chat? Best and final. I am not playing the back and forth game. I have moved straight to the end. It's a high price, and your shareholders will love it. If the deal doesn't work, given that I don't have confidence in the management, nor do I believe.
Wait, so can you double click on that last couple words?
If the deal doesn't work, I thought that was given that I don't have confidence in management, nor do I believe I can drive the necessary change in the public market, I would need to reconsider my position as a shareholder. AKA, I'm going to dump my shares if this doesn't go through. This is not a threat. Well, it kind of is. It's a forewarning.
That's good.
Yes, Ruby. Yes, everyone is losing their minds on Twitter right now. Not everybody's losing their minds, but a lot of people are losing their minds. And can you click that link that I sent from Max Boot in the private chat, the second one?
Okay, but we're gonna finish this or no?
Okay, well, sorry. It's not a threat. It's simply not a good investment without the changes that need to be made, and those changes won't happen without taking the company private. I agree, because you need to get one of the things, you need to get Vanguard out of there. You need to get the kingdom out of there. That's part of this. This is purging Vanguard, BlackRock.
The beauty is he never even did it. He never even acquired it, but he's exposing it. If you would have told people that Twitter was mostly owned by the kingdom and Vanguard, they probably wouldn't believe you, right? But now it's like, okay, now you know. Now you know. And now you know who controls the world. Okay, so how do we? Where do we go to from here?
So I want you to click that link from Max Boot.
Yeah. So I just keep talking.
Yeah. So this is there are some organizations out there around the world that are responsible for the narrative and really keep it going, keep it boosted. And one of those organizations is called the CFR. It's the Council on Foreign Relations. It is an independent, bipartisan think tank that basically all the major players are a part of. They put out a magazine called Foreign Affairs, and this is one of their CFR fellows. I am frightened by the impact on society and politics if Elon Musk acquires Twitter. He seems to believe that on social media, anything goes. For democracy to survive, we need more content moderation, not less. And I would put democracy, or I would say autocracy, or totalitarianism, or tyranny to survive. We need more censorship. But that is basically antithetical Like that statement doesn't make sense, but it does come from one place: fear, which he said right out the gates. He is afraid. They are afraid. Um, and that is probably the intended consequence. And honestly, like Twitter is such a beast of a network that, if consciously approached and with a commitment towards free speech while also maintaining, community standards, let's say, but not just being like anything that Bill Gates's World Health Organization doesn't say is automatically delisted, and we're going to ban users, and we're going to ban like a former president who was one of the most popular users on there, force everybody off onto another platform. Just straight up the banning, of users, the censorship. Like a lot of people have put a lot of time and effort and love into curating their Twitter personalities, personas, profiles, histories, tweets, whatever, and just to delete it on people, like that's really rough. There really isn't much of a process to it, and yeah, and I think we've seen a lot of there's a lot of people behind the scenes at Twitter that are that are all for authoritarianism and against free speech, or for equitable treatment of everything. And not that equitable treatment of everything is a bad thing, but um, it's just Twitter's become so woke that it's that in some senses is a joke, and it's pushed people off to other things. And I think Elon recognized this as well, and that if Twitter continues on its path of censorship and wokeology, that it represents, not only does it represent like it's an opportunity cost of not it being amazing and a platform for free speech, but it actually becomes it's a threat towards free society everywhere as it continues to become a dystopic, censorship riddled, AI driven, algorithmically determined, weaponized platform.
Yep, couldn't agree more. I guess, I mean, Tesla is connected to Elon, and Tesla just is now a part of this new initiative. Did you hear about it? Where they're mining Bitcoin off of a solar power plant in Texas.
Yeah, okay. You can mine Bitcoin off of any energies, any energy service. So it's that makes a lot of sense. And I saw someone that was saying something like 20% of gas emissions is flared. It's like, why not just, instead of flaring it, just turn on turn on a Bitcoin miner and a generator, and convert that right on the spot towards securing the Bitcoin network, which ultimately can secure lots of other networks. And it can as we know, Sonny, that Bitcoin is really a force of nature, and most secure, decentralized, open, inclusive, alternative to blood money, fiat money, central bank issued debt dollars the world has ever seen. That's why both you and I got really excited about it. I know personally, that's why I saw this was a scalpel to the cancer. I was like, heck yeah. And so, any more integration of Bitcoin in its pure form, as opposed to it just becoming a custodial solution, which is a much bigger discussion. But yeah, stand with Bitcoin. And already there's some good integrations that are in there. It'd be fun to have Dogecoin on there too. I like Doge. I think Doge is great. Maybe I'll
So back to Elon. Back to Elon. What else you got about Elon, and what can we talk about on that front?
Well, I mean, I love to see a lot of these reactions from others, and I think there's a lot of there's just to see the fear about this woke platform being taken over, and and it's not like And like, this talking points like, oh, the conspiracy theories and the anti-vaxxers are going to be like, given a new platform to talk. We need to stop these discussions. It's like, oh my gosh, like, this has been like, how much like this idea of censoring speech is just crazy, and like people are defending this idea of censorship so much, and and like you said, this is highlighting like the roots of the money and the fact that who's behind Twitter, like the kingdom.
Mm.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome. We live
Yeah.
in amazing times, Kyle. I think these are times we'll definitely look back to when we're old and be like, holy shit, we lived through that.
Yeah, and here's a good one from Ruby too. It's like, I always say I will stand behind a person's right to say something hateful to me. Their free speech is more important than my feelings. Well, indeed. And it's like, it's critical. Like, this part of this whole safety discussion that, has really penetrated society. It's like safety above everything else. Well, dude, a lion in the zoo is safe. It's fed, it's got housing, it's, it has everything it needs to survive, except it's not free. Do you all want to be caged lions? Do you want to be caged animals? Or do we want to be free humans and recognize that, like, personally, I would rather be a lion in the wilderness free than be like, a caged animal. I don't know about you, but I feel like, there's a great difference there. And ultimately, freedom carries some risk. It's not always going to be safe to be free and to operate, the need for, kind of radical self-reliance and taking care of your families and taking care of your communities.
Hmm. Agreed. Hey, you follow Bruce Fenton?
Oh, I
He had a
love
nice little
Bruce. Yeah,
thread.
it's the best. Let loose Bruce is my new hashtag for Bruce Fenton.
Okay, so I love this guy. Well, why the Elon Twitter news is one of the greatest things we could see happen in American markets. A thread. Today, Elon Musk announced a hostile takeover bid for 100% of Twitter and specifically mentioned free speech in his SEC filing. Whoo,
You
fire.
see the rest of the thread? Okay.
You want me to read
Yeah,
it?
corporate America,
Yeah.
specifically big tech and big media, have increasingly made terrible decisions for shareholder value and abandoned core missions of good companies in an effort to appease a fringe contingent of woke activists. This must be set right, and this is the way. 3. A hostile takeover is when someone buys controlling shares of a company even when the board disagrees. Publicly traded companies like Twitter are owned by public shareholders. They have the ultimate vote on whether to sell and who the board members are. This is huge.
Ooh, okay,
4.
continue.
Hostile takeovers go through phases of popularity. In the 80s, there were several notable hostile takeovers. In recent years, there have been much less common. They happen when they are needed most. This is one of the largest and highest profile offers of this kind in history.
Tip this man, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, continue.
5. Shareholder rights are the ultimate mechanism for the actual owners of a company to vote on the direction that they want the company to take. Boards and CEOs have power, but they are all under the final authority of the owners/shareholders. It's a beautiful check and balance. 6. Shareholders can flex and remove board members and CEOs,
Mm.
just like Atlas shrugging the earth off his shoulders. This move will change not just Twitter, but it places all public companies on notice. Neglect your owners and you may be sent packing. You're
Whoa.
fired. 7. Wokeism massively harmed Twitter and the ability of users to be truthfully informed. Twitter broke user trust and shareholder trust. Horrible decisions were driven by broken ideology. This move can right the ship and be a model for US corporate governance. Markets win today. American flag.
Heavy,
Brought to you by
heavy,
Bruce Fenton. For
heavy.
anybody who's interested, Bruce Fenton is running for Senate in what state's he in? New Hampshire.
Yep.
Yeah, New Hampshire. My tagline for him is "Let Bruce loose," or "Let loose Bruce." Let Bruce loose. Let Bruce. I don't know. Let loose Bruce. Something like that. But he's also been a serious figure and thought leader within the Bitcoin space for many years. He
He
is
runs
an
Satoshi
incredible thinker.
Roundtable.
He created Satoshi Roundtable, which is a gathering of some of the greatest decentralized thinkers on an annual and sometimes semi-annual basis. He is great. He's just a really
A
great guy.
monster.
Definitely follow at
Yeah.
Bruce Fenton
Mm.
and support him. Yeah, he's excellent.
Beast.
All right, what else we got?
What else you got? You said you wanted to do a whole show on Elon. If it was up to me, we'd be doing it about other things too. But I'm trying to find things on Elon. You go. You're the one with infinite material.
Pull up Twitter. Pull up Twitter takeover.
Pull up Twitter takeover. Yeah, 100% of Twitter. You mean?
Just pull up this hashtag Twitter takeover, which is being censored on Twitter right now.
Okay, well, this is not being censored. 100% of Twitter. Here, let me find Twitter takeover. Twitter. Is it one word? Takeover. This one? I don't see a hashtag.
5420. Gosh.
Elon's proposed takeover Twitter is a profound threat to unfreeze breach. Okay. I'm sorry, Mark Andreessen has lost me. Okay, I don't like him too much, but that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good
that's
one.
a good one. Give that a like, Sonny.
No,
give it a like.
No. Let's keep moving.
You don't even like it. Come on.
Dude, I don't know. Okay, you know why? I like people who are a man of their word, and he left Twitter. Remember? You remember 3 years ago when he declared he would no longer be on Twitter? Why is he back on? Anyways, okay, let's continue.
Because Twitter's a beast.
Yeah, you cannot say no to it. Like, trust me, I'm trying.
This is the best news, and it's like, this has created an opportunity for hope, because a lot of people, it's like, what happens, for example, to the woke warriors and to, like, this echo chamber if all of a sudden, like, they don't have, like, God powers within Twitter. Where are they going to go? It's like, when press, the market created Getter, it created Parler, it created, like, all sorts of alternative platforms. But, as we see with with Twitter, like, there aren't similar
Twitter board wing plan to thwart Musk's takeover plan. New York Times. You can just see them all, like the guy the guy from the Kingdom, and then, like, the Vanguard guy, like, like in the Zoom call right now. All right, gentlemen,
Monopoly man,
we
a bunch
got
of people wearing hoods.
Elon is, like, running two of the biggest companies on planet Earth, going to space, and just doing this, like, while sitting on the shitter. I love this guy. This guy, I'm a proud Tesla owner. I made this happen. Thank you. I'll take credit for it. The Twitter meltdown over Elon's takeover bid is exactly why a takeover is in order. I love it. I love it. It's fresh. It's fresh, man.
Look at that guy.
Smiling, okay? Every day I lose hope in humanity and I gain it back, and then he's part of the gaining it back. So is Bitcoin. Ooh, it's a great time to be alive. He is literally like, what is it, Tony Sparks or whatever? Or what's his name? Stark from Iron Man, but like better. No, it's too good.
Twitter shareholders face tough decision. It's like you're being asked to leave. It's like, here, like, take a profit on your money. You can go place it in Vanguard, whatever you want. Like, here, take your profit. It's like, here's money on behalf of everyone. There's only a certain limit to how much he can buy, like, how high his order. And I feel like, 54.20 is probably.
Bro, just look at this tweet. Okay, random. Yeah, I have no idea. I just looked up this trending. Okay, Twitter CEO Elon Musk decided not to join the Twitter board. Meanwhile, Elon Musk was planned to buy 100% of Twitter.
Yeah, and wipe the board and
wipe. Is this real life? Oh Lord, this is too good. Too good. What Trump just weighed in on Twitter after Elon Musk offered. Why doesn't he put some of his money in and get some of the other anti-woke rich people together in on this? Come on,
What
you
was,
can
what
do
was that one above it too? Hold on. Just...
it. An African American just submitted a grant. I don't get it. Oh, right. Okay, I get
because
it
he's
now.
South
Okay.
African.
Sorry, took a little bit of time. Oh no, that took me way too long. Okay, what else they got? It just
Can you make
keeps
it a little bit
going
bigger?
up. Yes. Blind as a bat.
No,
Yeah,
it's just
I've
like
also I've also got a screen
for
that's like the size of my wall. So yeah,
I know, but it's for our user. It's for anybody who's watching. Like
I don't
it's
care about them. I'm kidding. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Sunny.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Is this? Oh no, I thought that was that guy, the real guy. Okay, it's so big. It's so big. Elon Musk makes offer to buy Twitter. Let's see what they're saying here. Look at this. I don't know, man. I'm out of ideas to talk about though. I mean, like, okay, I think it's an interesting topic, but where do we go now? I think we beat it down to the end. I made an
I feel like
offer.
it's just really exciting. So what happens if it doesn't go through? What happens? I guess it's on the shareholders now
Yeah.
to vote on whether they accept this buyout offer.
Is there another way
And
to
I
do
wonder
it?
what
There we
percentage of the the voters would need that. And again, like Vanguard and the Kingdom and these other guys, like it's like there's definitely opposition because like we addressed before, Twitter is a tool of the matrix to keep informed consent or
go.
not informed to manufacture consent within society and narrative, and it's been weaponized and the data has been weaponized against as
Humanity.
being against humanity
Mm.
in favor of like mass experimentations, genocide, child abuse, all sorts of horrible things, covering up a lot of things.
Dude, he is such he's like playing 4D chess, dude. He's so good. Like I said, like even if you read his SEC filing, he's like literally cornering them. And he's like, look, they're doomed. I as the wealthiest, most successful person on planet Earth, I'm telling you that this company is doomed with their current management. Like, I love that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and
And
just
then he's like,
wait,
the
and like
only person that can fix it is
so
me.
what happens? So he's gonna
Balls of
like
steel. Balls of steel.
so if the deal falls through, you know what Elon
Yeah.
Musk's gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm off Twitter. He's gonna drop Twitter. I'm gonna drop Twitter. You gonna
Yeah.
drop Twitter. Like
Yeah.
let's just roll. Let's roll elsewhere.
Okay, continue.
I mean, I think that's the option. I like, there's companies that I'm working with down here in San Diego called Public Square. It's like, it's a civic engagement network. It's not intended to be Twitter, but it's a civic engagement network. Like there's all sorts of different alternatives. I mean, look at Getter. It's like, we talked to Kaylin from Getter the other day. It's a straight up Twitter clone. And that's embodying the principles of free speech is like it's things. So it's like, dude, if Elon Musk just goes to Getter and it's just like, all right, Getter, like, I'll buy you for 54. Like, imagine that. It's like, okay, like instead of buying you for $54 million, $54.2 billion, how about I buy just Getter for $420.69 million? And go there and just encourage people to flood over there. Like, that's probably what would happen. Or he starts his own. But again, starting from fresh is gonna be real difficult. But that's why he wants Twitter as a whole, which makes a lot of sense.
So we did
And
interview. Our last interview was with the Getter, with the gentleman named Kalen Dorr. He's the marketing and engagement guru over at the CMO rather at Getter. So that was an awesome interview. And he ended up retweeting our live stream, and we got 5,000 views. Just wow, lovely. We've had a couple of really nice hit shows. This is good. We should keep doing this. People are appreciating it. I get a lot. I did tell you, I went to a Tahini's Bitcoin meetup in person, and someone like came up to me and literally like thanked me for our show. He's like, are you doing the Love and Freedom show with Kyle? I was like, yeah. He's like, I love it. I watch it all the time. I was like, what? People watch this thing?
I
Okay.
mean, yeah, it's super.
I do it just for
Yeah,
therapy. It's just fun.
I enjoy doing this, and if people wanna listen, like heck yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so Kyle, sorry, I was gonna say, so this is Getter, right? So I encourage people to check it out. It's
Yeah, but this is
gettr.com.
Mastodon. What's Mastodon, Sonny?
Oh, that's the one I was working up towards here. This is what I was trying to leading you into earlier. I was asking you, are you aware of any decentralized platforms? Mastodon is the one that I'm aware of. So Mastodon is a decentralized Twitter. And if Elon Musk listens to this, which he's obviously not going to, but that's not the one. Get Mastodon, I think it is. Here we go, Mastodon.social. So this platform is from what I've seen the closest thing to the Bitcoin of Twitter, right? Like, so from first principles, really built in a way that embraces decentralization as much as I think that's reasonably.
You're still just showing the Mastodon screen here, by the way, the login.
I'm still showing them. Yeah. I'm still showing the login screen. No, you can see this. No, or maybe not. Oh, I don't know. Did it freeze up here? Can you see it?
Like with the honey badger, like the create account.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
create
okay.
account. Yeah. Yeah. It looks a little. No, I for some reason. Oh, okay. I think I know what's up. Sorry. Let me try this again. Window. Yeah. Does that work?
I mean, it's
Oh, the same thing. Can you see my screen now? Oh, shit.
Twitter,
Oh,
Mastodon.
yeah.
Whatever. Anyways, there's also like Zion too, which is the one that JP Sears is behind. Which is intended to be a Bitcoin driven social network.
Now can you see it?
Yeah, I see lots of other things.
Again, it just looks like you don't see my screen.
Oh yeah, okay, there you go.
There
Looks
you go.
exactly like
It
Twitter.
looks like Twitter, yeah, but it's decentralized. And the one I'm on is bitcoinhackers.org. So I think Rodolfo, the guys over at NVK, the guys over at CoinKite, they launched their own instance of Mastodon, right? And anybody that's on any of the Mastodon networks can communicate with the others. And it's like I said, it's more like the Bitcoin of Twitter. And so this is the closest thing I've seen to it, and it's really interesting. Again, there's no mobile app from what I know, and I stand corrected, brand new. Oh my god, that's cool. Okay, that's exciting. I was gonna say that's my pet peeve about it, but I might be standing corrected. That's exciting. Sorry. So anyway, so I think that's the play. Is if Elon says this doesn't work, he goes, okay, I'm going to launch an instance of Mastodon, baby. And then if Getter gets on Mastodon, if Truth Social gets on Mastodon, are you following me? If everyone gets on Mastodon, or let's see, he goes and acquires those companies because they're nothing compared to Twitter, right? Like he could buy Getter for nothing. He goes and buys those companies and takes the network effects and combines them in an open source network. That could be the counter to this whole takeover. Meaning with that, if he's willing to put $40 billion, Kyle, and think about it, when Elon Musk says, I'm going to put $40 billion, there's a whole army of people behind him that will follow and say, here, take my money, right? So you're talking like hundreds of billions of dollars potentially that could go towards solving this particular problem. And what I'm trying to say is, yes, one path is the takeover, but that's not the only path. He's a first principles thinking kind of guy. He builds answers from the ground up. And he also recognizes he is number one, the biggest investor, right? Well, now whatever number two to this kingdom guy, but he's also the most important player, I would say, character on Twitter, right? Like every day he's coming out with.
And he was like, and he even addressed that too. Like it was like, look, the top followed accounts, like they don't even tweet. Like Taylor Swift is one of the highest. He hasn't tweeted months.
He taps Joe Rogan on the shoulder and then tells 100 other guys like that, hey, let's listen, come on over. It's game over, baby, game over. So, anyways, I don't think you can even access in Canada Truth Social. So, I think we're living during very exciting times. Okay, well, anyways, let's keep doing the Elon thing. I was going to share a few other things, but I don't want to take it off course here. What else you got in terms of Elon Musk?
don't know, like just wow. It's really a wow moment. And like, how like it's like, what can be done towards helping helping this. Like you said, he is kind of a master strategist, and it seems like he's had all these plays. So I wonder what his, like, where does his decision tree go? Like, if this fails, then
Well, that's
he's
what I'm trying to say is, we don't know. But if I had to guess, and I'd love to hear your guess too, but I think it goes to Mastodon, like, because he's never going to get cornered, right? That's like Donald Trump's number one negotiation thing is like you should always be able to leave any sort of negotiation, right? Like, and not feel anything about it, type of thing, right? So he's ready to walk from this, and dude, he's already done it. He's done everything he needs to do. He's shaking it up. And then all the monsters came out. They just had to come out, and now the whole thing is exposed. Everyone's like,
well,
their
exactly. And
management,
by being
is their board is right. Everything is.
oh yeah, exactly.
And
And
he's
all
like,
like,
you want it saved? It's gonna be me. And do you
indeed.
really think he can't build a tech? Give me an effing break. You have a couple of engineers or something. It's the network effects that need to be, respected. But hey, if Twitter becomes like a woke cesspool of like people just, telling each other what they already know, and oh my god, then let it be that. But it's gonna go
Well,
like this.
well,
It's gonna go like
that's why
this.
Twitter has had to, like, it's like, it'd be interesting to know, like, on Twitter, like, how, like, how different groups, like the visibility that some users have against other users. And it's just, again, there's like so much algorithmic manipulation taking place. Do you trust Elon, Sonny?
Well, I go by the old Bitcoin adage saying, which is what? Trust, no, don't trust, verify. Is it
Right?
something like that? I don't know. My spidey senses say that he's a good guy. His heart's in the right place. But still, do I trust him? No, because I don't trust anyone. Like, just from first principles, because they're in it for themselves, right? They're always trying to optimize their own little thing. So, no, I trust, like, I trust math. I trust Bitcoin just to a great extent, but I wouldn't say I just trust him. And it's like, oh, Elon, please. I love. I don't know if I'm sure you've heard this, right? But the word anarchy has kind of been hijacked, I believe, by like Hollywood and all that to sound really scary and all that. But the word anarchy really just means no rulers, not no rules, but no rulers. So I'm a big fan of like not idolizing any one person, or and I do think Elon Musk is doing great things, and like I said, I do feel like his heart's in the right place. But at the same time, I don't think banking on that and hoping that he's going to rescue all of us is the answer. I think we all have to step up in our own way, and then, like, for us, it's been Bitcoin, right, in a big way, and for me, it's been about bringing Bitcoin to the masses, and so that's why I was trying to tie in like some of his work with. I thought it was very exciting. Like, he's helping on the mining side, like they're using solar, Tesla's, solar. I know there's even solar's got a lot of baggage now, and people criticize wind and this and that, but like I said, there's it's him, I think, slowly recognizing that that Bitcoin is a big part of the answer.
Yeah, and I think the way that he's been able to, like, like tacitly support Bitcoin has been through Dogecoin too. And I think Dogecoin, it's like, obviously likes memes and likes memology, and Doge is based on a meme, and it is exactly like Bitcoin for the most. It's like 99% the same as Bitcoin, except it has uh, a a different monetary policy. It doesn't have the same kind of limited supply as Bitcoin. There's a lot more of it, but it works in the same kind of public-private key pair infrastructure. So by sending Dogecoin properly from one person to another, it's exactly the same as sending Bitcoin from one person to another. So it's good. I like Doge as training wheels for it. If anybody's listening and has a Doge address, please paste it in the YouTube comments, and I'll just send you some Doge as an example of here's how we can do some Doge giveaways. We haven't even done a Doge giveaway yet on this show. Let's do it.
I'm down. Yeah, if someone
Any-
wants to get a Dogecoin
Want some
wallet, free
want some
wallet.
Doge? Yeah, if you go to if you don't have a wallet, check out Edge Wallet. That's one I like to recommend to people.
Mm.
If you go to dl.edge.app/freedom, you can get our Love and Freedom Show affiliate linked Edge Wallet
EL
app.
dot what? Edge what?
Edge.app.
Mhm.
Yeah, it opens a deep link. If you do it on your, it's a mobile browser. It's not it's not a computer browser. So you need an iPhone or Play Store. But it's really easy to spin up a Dogecoin wallet. Then just say request, copy your address, and then paste it in the YouTube comments, and you can shoot some Doge your way. Doge it's really simple. So if anybody does that, great. If not, no worries. But give a little bit of Doge away. It's always a good idea. Try to one of my sayings with crypto is hodl. Hodl your savings. Um, spendle your checkings, and givel with love. And the importance of giving and gifts is really important. And one of the things too is within the Bitcoin ecosystem, there's been a lot of like just hodl, and like just hoard your Bitcoin. And that's like, that's okay from like an investment kind of greed point of view if you just think number goes up. But one of the real powers of Bitcoin is it's a peer-to-peer electronic cash network, and it allows you to move value instantly without any middlemen. So like we should be using Bitcoin more and more. And so I'd encourage, like, the next time somebody asks you to pay them some money, or next time you want to give someone or need to give somebody some money, ask them if they'll take Bitcoin, or ask them if they take Dogecoin, instead, and just tell them, all you got to do to be able to accept it is just set up Edge Wallet. It's basically like setting up a Swiss bank in your pocket. Simple, easy. Um, because I think it's critical. Like, as our friend Joseph Weinberg has said before, like crypto is an infinite game, and the only way to play this game is to know the rules. And in order to play this game of crypto, um, you've got to have a wallet. That's the starting point. And the wallets are not like signing up for bank accounts. You don't need to give them your ID. You don't need to give them your blood type. You don't need to give them your social credit score. None of that stuff. You just with Edge Wallet, it's a username and password, and there's no "I forgot my password" button. So, but it makes it really clear how it all works. And they don't know who you are. They don't know how much you have. They just give you the tool that allows you to create addresses, receive funds, and send funds. And also do a bunch of other cool things like swap it between coins and buy gift cards. So I don't know if you know, but you can buy flights with Bitcoin on cheapair.com. It's super easy. I bought somebody a flight the other day who was stranded in Miami and needed to get home. Just use cheapair.com, punch in the traveler information, say pay with Bitcoin, shows you a QR code, scan it, send it. Okay, flight's purchased.
Okay, you done with Doge yet? Can we go back to Elon, your favorite
Sure,
topic?
yeah. Let's go back.
Okay, check this out. While you're talking,
I'm
look
seeing
what
like your
happened.
whole screen.
Yeah, I'm kind of just cheating a bit here, but I'll make it bigger. Don't worry. So Elon Musk just tweeted, "I love you," which is always something. Given that we're on the Love and Freedom Show, I think he's watching. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, that might be a hint. Oh, exciting times! No, I'm kidding. Taking Twitter private at 5420 should be up to shareholders, not the board. Mic drop. Isn't that what Uncle Bruce was saying? Isn't that what Uncle Bruce was saying? Okay. It's heating up. Okay, here we go.
Damn.
And then Elon Musk just tweeted this out saying, in analyzing, this is Goldman Sachs's, I guess, evaluation or whatever of the Twitter price. It says, in analyzing Twitter's Q421 earnings report, a few key themes were front and center. First, Twitter management expressed optimism on their ability to grow users at an accelerated pace versus prior periods. However, we remain below that forecast. Second, Twitter remains in investment mode, as evidenced by Management 2022, that against goals aimed at user growth, product innovation, advertising diversification, and blah blah blah. Okay, so he's just like saying that
Oh, there's something else in here too.
He's like, Goldman doesn't agree with you, Kingdom. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
What's
and
that?
enterprise value like 35.8 billion too. Market cap 32.7 billion, and he's offering to buy it at like 42.0 billion.
Hey, Kyle, I was gonna say, if you're gonna send me stuff to like that you want me to share, the best is if you DM me on Twitter, because then I can just pull it up right there. You know what I mean? If you send it
Okay.
on this,
I'm literally looking at the exact same thing you're looking at right now.
yeah, but cool, no? I mean,
That's great.
developments while we're on the show. Okay, we've gone almost an hour. Kyle, what are you feeling? You want to go elsewhere? You want to keep talking about Elon? I'm kind of tapped out on Elon right now. I mean, I could go other ways with Elon, but in terms of this particular event, I don't know what else to say. Neither do you, it seems.
Well, I mean, I'm just like, just checking out this, like, will endeavor to keep as many private shareholders and privatize Twitter as allowed by law. Well, and one of the things that can be done too is we should probably mention here, if you go to my Twitter feed, Sunny, here I can send you the link, but someone had suggested, perhaps there's a play for a DAO in here to reward all those users who have been using it for such a long time. A DAO would also be a strategy towards keeping all shareholders, basically making everybody into the board, if you will. They don't necessarily, they don't actually need to have any true voting power, but we could see Twitter coin, like a Twitter token released that's airdropped to everybody. Oh yeah, here's this one too. Cameron Winklevoss. I'll send this to you. Okay, there's that one. And yeah, here's this one. Yeah, and like Cameron Winklevoss and yeah. So he joined the fray too, and Cameron Winklevoss is like the head of Gemini with his brother Tyler, hardcore Bitcoin advocates and decentralists, and they've had a bone to pick with a lot of the existing technocracy, and it goes way back to the origins of Facebook, which they were involved in that story. But yeah, here Twitter is considering a poison pill to thwart Elon Musk's offer. They would rather self-immolate than give up their censorship programs. This shows you how deeply committed they are to the Orwellian control of the narrative and global discourse. Scary. Oh, dude! Look, Elon responded an hour ago. Oh my god!
What's
If the
happening?
current Twitter board takes actions contrary to shareholder interests, they would be breaching their fiduciary duty. The liability they would thereby assume would be titanic in scale. Oh snap!
Anybody thinking of launching a Mastodon instance should be doing it right now. Because if he takes down Twitter, people will be like, what? They'll need someplace to go. Oh my God, this is insane. Whoo! It's heating up, baby. It's heating up. I love it. I love it. This is awesome, man. Keeps it fresh.
Yeah,
Keeps it
and
fresh.
here for
What's that, Kyle?
this is our link to download Edge Wallet. If you just type that in your browser, that will instantly take you to the download screen for Edge Wallet. So, yeah, here's an interesting one. Elon buys Twitter, transitions the company to a DAO. Oh, that would set off the DAO age. Retroactively airdrops Twitter governance tokens to users based on the number of previous tweets. Okay, so
I love
all
that.
those who have
Because you know
actually
who tweets a
tweeted
shit ton? Me.
the governance tokens don't do anything. We get rich anyways.
What?
Well, yeah, because I mean, they
What does that
literally
mean?
creates a market out of there, and everybody's tokens would have value, and people would come after the tokens. It's part of the whole tokenomics
Yeah.
kind of discussion.
Tokenomics, right? I'm sure it's okay. No, I know, I get it. It's cool. Anyways, what else? What else? This is exciting. I'm excited to be alive right now. What else you got?
The narrative's crumbling. CNN.
What
I don't.
CNN
That's
said the narrative's
no.
crumbling?
I don't know. That's just we had that one linked in there. We all have a part to play. Ruby. Welcome, Lori. Yeah, we all have a part to play. And Twitter, and Elon Musk is not the savior, but he is definitely a man of power and action and creation. And, it'd be really, I'm hopeful that, there can be some real action. And it's like you said, Sonny, he's kind of playing 4D chess here, 5D or 6D chess. And he's definitely got, a lot of the planners and those who believe that the few deserve to rule the many because it's in the best interest of the many and continue to push that narrative. We've got them spinning and shaking. And it's I appreciate this kind of chaos, if you will, that's being created, because I don't know, it's this feels I get a feeling kind of like with the trucker convoy just out of this. It's like, whoa.
It's all aligned. It's all aligned. He said Canadian truckers rule. You remember that? That was like a month ago, bro. Let's not forget.
Exactly.
Let's not forget. It's all connected. It's all connected.
And he did the hot stop comparing me to Hitler tweet. Like, at least I had a budget.
See? Yeah, he's watching Alex Jones' show. Okay, Elon Musk goes into full goblin mode. The goblin is serious. Yes, he is. I love it. They're freaking out. Oh, I wanted to share one more thing. It seems a bit unrelated, but I think it's super related. Have you heard of this company called Impervious? I don't know if it's a company, entity, whatever you want to call it. Impervious. Have you heard about these guys?
No.
Raises seed round to develop the peer-to-peer internet standard.
All right.
I've been tracking these guys. This is such a cool project. Are you seeing this?
I'm seeing. Hold on. Let me just hide this for a second. I really want to get that address off of here. How do I copy the address properly? Yes, you did it right, Ruby. But I'm just trying to figure out. I can't copy your text.
And while you're figuring that out, maybe I'll just read this here. Impervious API, your portal to the P2P internet. Impervious API is a programmatic layer that sits on top of the Bitcoin Lightning Network, layer 3. Developers can leverage the Impervious API to easily build secure P2P data transmissions and payments into their applications and services. So I think this image here this image kind of does just justice. Am I just talking to myself, or are you listening?
No, I'm listening. And
so
you're
you
talking,
see this here? So this is the Bitcoin layer, right? You have the Bitcoin layer. Then you have the Lightning layer, okay? And then you have Impervious, which is social media, money, YouTube videos, podcasts. All this stuff resides on top of it, but it's all built on top of Bitcoin. Are you seeing this or no?
So this is this is the new internet.
This is it, baby. This is it. This is what I've been waiting for my whole life, or at least for the last 8 years since I learned about Bitcoin. This is why Ethereum was less interesting, because I'm hoping that the decentralized internet will be built on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the most robust and most secure and most decentralized and blah blah blah. But look here, look at this. Bitcoin, Lightning Network, Impervious. Bitcoin Lightning Network, Impervious. Okay, censorship resistant VPN. That sounds so good. Censorship and surveillance resistant encrypted messaging and payments. Lovely. A decentralized command and control system for your network of machines. Streaming payments for video, audio, and content streams. Unbelievable. I love this world.
What the heck?
Oh my God, they follow me. Look at that.
Let's get them on. We should do it. We should do a show with these guys.
I'd love it. Love it.
Ruby, for some reason, I found on YouTube here, and it's not allowing me to see your
Dude, just do it
Dogecoin
later,
address.
man. Like we're on a
No, but
live
I've got to
stream.
get.
Like
I've
you're
got to
sitting there
get
for
the.
half
I
an
know,
hour
but I
talking to
want
yourself about trying to
to
send it.
just
Yeah, it's really easy
want
to
to.
use. I'm sure it's super easy, dude.
Oh, Sonny,
I'm
bug off.
kidding. No, but what are you
Bug-
doing? You're talking to yourself. Well, what are we going to do? So you're going to sit here and listen to yourself talk. Let's
I'm trying
move
to figure
on.
out how to send Ruby some Dogecoin.
Which was supposed to be easy. Continue.
Well, it is supposed to be easy, but you just I have her address here, but I can't copy it because Restream doesn't allow it. There it is, but I can't copy it. Double click on it, I can see it. You want to type that in? Like, never type in addresses. That's a challenge. Oh, why? Anyways, okay, Sonny, let's get those guys on. We're gonna find. I'm gonna find this out, Ruby. I'm gonna make this happen one way or another. If anybody, if you comment, if you send me, if you comment on this link on Twitter at Kyle Kemper with it, that's definitely a way that we can.
Well, okay, listen. She's on YouTube because you can see that, right?
I know I can see she's on YouTube.
Why doesn't she just send you that address over YouTube? And by the way, typing it in is not that hard. Meaning you never do it, but you can. Like you can literally just go like all this time we're stressing. You could have just been capital D D G G big Q. I mean, it's right there. It takes 10 seconds. Like first principles, dude. You know what I'm saying, right? It's literally right there, and you're like, I can't figure it out. You just
okay,
type it.
okay.
Just
Fair
type
enough,
it.
Sonny.
It's letters, numbers.
Fair enough. All right.
Okay, so what's next? Where are we going? Elon Musk. That's the topic of the show. So let's keep it on topic. What's next? What do you want to talk about on that point? Anything else?
What are other people saying?
What do you mean? I don't know.
I said, well, let's look at the counter side to it. So I know, like, oh, here's one. Bill Gates buying up all the farmland is far more concerning than Elon Musk buying up all of Twitter. Yeah, I saw Bill Gates was trending earlier, and it was like, oh yeah, like
Bill's a douche.
What's that?
I said Bill's a douche. No, I'm not a big fan of that guy at all. He's a douche.
He is psychopath. I think that's the appropriate.
I like this. See, look, we sent Bitcoin from Miami to a Ukrainian Poland who withdrew it as cash, all in less than 3 minutes. Now, I'm not taking sides with the Ukraine-Russia things. I don't know what's going on there, but wow, that's cool. You can send money. Hey, people are talking about the Russia thing too. You know how Putin had his assets frozen or whatever it was? I've had at least 4 or 5 people that just kind of brought it up, and I think it's working, man. I think the commercial, the virus is spreading, the mind virus that they call Bitcoin.
Right.
Yeah.
Said DV.
You got this.
BUED KDB 3 capital E.
Anyways, I'm really excited about Impervious. That's like I haven't been this excited in a long time about some technology in this space because it's all kind of the same old, and a lot of scammers, this, that, but every now and then something emerges, that catches your attention, and it's like, yeah, let's go, baby. Another one that I find interesting, I don't know if many people know about it, is have you heard of Sovereign? See, that's what I mean. I'm talking to myself and no response.
You're not. I'm just sending 111.1. $20.
Send it.
So here we go.
Share my screen.
So there it is. $120. Boop. Not $120. $20. There you go. Super chat to Ruby for participating, for being in it. Yes. All right. Confirm that you got that. Give us a thumbs up, Ruby. Welcome.
You just gave a person $20 live on air.
111.1 Dogecoin.
You didn't have to sign up. She didn't have to sign up for a bank account. She didn't have to go to
sign
the
up for
branch.
A bank account.
No ID. She just
exactly.
some random person. Well, not so random anymore. But you just sent her money, or dog money, Doge money.
Dogecoin.
Lovely. Welcome to the future.
Received. Look at that. Received.
Wow.
Thanks. You're my first Doge experience.
Easy.
Sonny, what's God spelled back? Or what's dog spelled backwards?
You just said it.
Say it.
God.
What's Doge spelled backwards?
Egoed.
EGOT.
Okay.
Or ego deep, potentially representing the death of the ego.
Yeah. Look at this Sovereign. Have you heard about these guys?
I have. What
A
are they?
better DeFi on Bitcoin. I'm just like such a Bitcoin hardcore maximalist. I mean, if you're building on Bitcoin, I love it. Just like look at this. So they're doing the DeFi BS that you're hearing about all over, but they're doing it on top of Bitcoin.
Well, and
True
Sonny,
to
what is
Satoshi's
DeFi?
vision. Decentralized finance. It's kind of a bit of a buzzword, but yeah, it's
True to
kind of
Satoshi's vision. I thought that's what BSV was all about. It's Bitcoin Satoshi's vision, isn't that?
I just
I'm just
puked in my
trolling you.
mouth. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just trolling you.
Yeah, but
No, but
anyways, I'm just trying to
so
keep the conversation
yeah,
going.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
hard.
totally,
It
totally,
takes
totally.
two
Hey,
hands to clap.
got you. And one of the oh, so my question was, what is DeFi? It's like
Decentralized finance, but you break it down for them.
well, and it's like if you think about Bitcoin, like what is Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is the world's first open source decentralized digital currency and payment network. The reason most people find it very confusing is because it's two things in one. It's both a digital currency and a payment network kind of built into one, right? But that Bitcoin is, yeah, it's the world's first. It is it, man. It is the one.
So it's like money. It's digital
It's
money.
money. It is money.
It's
It
digital
is
money.
money. Digital
Yeah,
money.
digital money. And DeFi is like digital finance. So it's with now that we have
Hmm.
digital money, we need other like financials. Because you think about a bank, it's like banks deal with money, but they also do things like lending and borrowing. And those are finance. So DeFi is decentralized finance, and using DeFi, you can borrow and you can lend and earn interest rates, but without requiring the approval of a centralized financial institution to participate in that. And it has spurned and created a massive economy of new solutions out there into the world, and it's very exciting. And a lot of innovation has happened outside of the Bitcoin ecosystem. There's massive amount of innovation happening within the Bitcoin ecosystem, but Bitcoin was the first, and it's amazing and it's terrific and it works great, and it's got very low slippage. What slippage means, if you if you were to buy like $1 million worth of Bitcoin and send it to somebody else and they sold it, it wouldn't move the market at all. If you bought $1 million worth of Dogecoin and then sold on the other side, Doge isn't nearly as big as Bitcoin, so it might move the market a little bit. And if you did like $1 million worth of some tiny little random token, it could totally move that market up and down. You know, Bitcoin has a robust support layer and full ecosystem, and is considered anti-fragile, meaning any weaknesses that are discovered get patched and hardened. And the Bitcoin machine is like a sewer rat. It has everything thrown at it, and it just keeps on surviving.
You want to know what's anti-fragile? Steve Barber is anti-fragile. Do you know about this guy?
Steve Barber.
He's one of my favorite people on Twitter, 100% right now. Like over the last, I'd say, year, 2 years, life-changing. But anyway, so this guy's from Alberta, okay, my hometown, home province, rather. I build Bitcoin mines. See this picture? That's Steve carrying a black box, which you or anyone can put in your backyard. That box isolates the sound, keeps the miners protected, and you can essentially acquire, mint Bitcoin without KYC in your backyard. I love this. Look at this. Look at this. Xmas party preparations, Antminer S9 tree running off a natural gas Jenny. So what these guys do, and at least from my understanding, they were the first to do it and really the best to do it, is you were referring to the gas thing. What's it called? Sorry. Natural. No.
That one censor me
What?
harder, Daddy. Just that max boot, that CFR shell.
Oh, I missed it. With
Go,
this one?
down.
Down. Okay.
Right there. Oh, you passed it. Up there you go.
Oh, that's the comment you were mentioning, right? Censor me harder, daddy. Right? He's good. BlackRock is literally fiat, right? BlackRock, Vanguard, they're all part of the same same team. Anyways, I don't even know why I'm bringing him up. Why am I bringing him up? He's one of my favorite accounts. But anyways, I digress. I wanted to bring the conversation back to, this is a good one. You're such a dumb animal. You paid 30% of your income to stay out of prison. Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about. So I don't know. I'm done with the Elon thing. Oh no. Okay. If Vitalik's website is deemed unsafe, like, dude, you can't get HTTPS. You can't get SSL. Anyways, whatever. Okay, yeah, Ethereum is safe, and the founder's website you can't even visit. In defense of Bitcoin maximalism, did you read this on April 1st? This was his April Fool's Day joke.
Okay.
But he wrote quite possibly one of the best pieces on Bitcoin I've read in a while. Anyways, I won't bore everyone with it, but it's definitely worth a read. People should read it, and let's just read the concluding paragraph, which is what I love doing, by the way. I go to pick up books and I'll just go read the last paragraph first. It's one of my favorite things, and then everyone thinks I read the book. No, I'm kidding. Okay, be a maximalist. Maximalism is often, how do you say that word, derided in the media as both a dangerous, toxic right-wing cult and as a paper tiger that will disappear as soon as some other cryptocurrency comes in and takes over Bitcoin's supreme network effects. But the reality is that none of the arguments for maximalism that I describe above depend at all on network effects. Network effects really are logarithmic, not quadratic. Once a cryptocurrency is big enough, it has enough liquidity to function. Blah, blah, blah. Crypto assets like Bitcoin have real culture. Okay, be brave, fight for your values, be a maximalist. So he's obviously trolling and he's obviously making fun of us. But if you want to get a good education on what Bitcoin is, read it because it's good. He's actually on point. And he doesn't actually, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. But that was another, I don't know, interesting thing that had happened, in the last few weeks. We've been a little slow we did the Kyle interview. Sorry, not the Kyle interview. We did the Brad interview. We did the interview with the Getter guy, right? Kalen. But we haven't done a lot of these like long form, just commentary pieces. We should probably pick it up on this front.
Yeah. And we should
What else you got? I mean, I'm paying $3 a month for Twitter now, so I get this like top articles thing, which is pretty dope. So they just filter out like kind of what the big ones are.
What's Ezra saying from the True North? Justin Trudeau is determined to censor the internet. Well, that's Twitter's
right.
Twitter,
okay, so
that's the Twitter
this
board
guy
memo as well.
Or Elon Musk. Who would you trust more? Okay, drama teacher, guy sends shit to Mars.
And it's
sorry.
Yeah.
This is good. Hey, the Rebel News thing, we talked about that, right? You being on their show recently with that lady.
Yeah, and they they reached out, and we might be doing a segment on Bitcoin.
And your brother loves Rebel, right? We should play that video where he like trashes that blonde girl.
Sorry, I do not take questions from Rebel Media. No, don't take questions from Rebel Media. You're not a news organization. It fucking court challenge led you to get in here. How dare they? Can
you hear it?
No.
Oh, you can't?
Well, you haven't pressed play yet.
Oh, no, I think I did it because I did it in Chrome. 1 sec, my bad. I got to do it in Brave. Here we go.
The only reason that I'm allowed to ask you this question is because today the federal court ruled that the government doesn't have the right to determine who is or is not a journalist. This is the second election in a row that the court had to...
Oh, Lord, help me. Oh, Lord. Let me try this. Today's been a rough one. Here, share. I'm just going to share the whole freaking screen.
Can't hear it.
Are you serious? Yeah. Oh, it's Chrome again. Da!
You're brave.
It's so difficult.
Overturn your government Do you still
Start from the
insist
beginning.
on
Let's
being
start
able
this
to make
just
that
fresh.
decision?
That was
The
tough.
only
Clip and share.
reason that I
That's
am
the beauty of live streaming.
allowed to ask you this question is because today the federal court ruled that the government doesn't have the right to determine who is or is not a journalist. This is the second election in a row that the court had to overturn your government. Do you still insist on being able to make that decision, and why?
First of all, questions around accreditation were handled by the press gallery and the consortium of networks who have strong perspectives on quality journalism and the important information that is shared with Canadians. The reality is organizations like yours that continue to spread misinformation and disinformation on the science around vaccines, around how we're going to actually get through this pandemic and be there for each other and keep our kids safe, is part of why we're seeing such unfortunate anger and lack of understanding of basic science. And quite frankly, I won't call it a media organization, your group of individuals, I won't call it a media organization, I won't call it a media organization. I won't call it a media organization. Your
Someone needs to make a
group
rap
of
song about that.
individuals need to take accountability for some of the polarization that we're seeing in this country. And I think Canadians are cluing into the fact that there is a really important decision.
Oh, we're cluing in all right, buddy. Not on what you think. We're cluing in on you. Anyways, we're going to get banned like Transblender, probably. But the good thing is they can't ban us. We're multi-platform. We're live. Come at us. And we're on Twitter and Getter and all of it. Right, Kyle?
We sure are.
Decentralization is the answer. I love your pet dog. It is a bit scary, but it's growing on me. It's growing on me. You've been a bit aloof and kind of not fully present with me today, but you had a baby, so I forgive you. You are kind of all over the place.
I'm
freaking
here.
out. I can't type in numbers and letters.
No,
straight years. It's just.
I know. Well, then we successfully
Dude,
typed in the address, and I would definitely recommend.
Babies are not highly recommended if you value sleep, but you need to sleep. How is the sleep coming along? Non-existent.
My sleep's okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're fine. Oh, yeah, because
my wife's sleep's not great, but like, yeah, I mean, I have to. You
You're
just
not
go into
the
a
one
different
getting up
mode.
in the middle of the night doing
I
your
get
thing.
up in the middle of the night. I got the baby on my chest.
Dude,
do
they
a
will
little skin
cancel
to
you.
skin.
Not for the other shit you said, but for that. No, I'm kidding. Skin to skin. Dude, I know the whole thing. What is it? Swaddle. There's a thing. Ugh.
Well,
There's
swaddling is like how you wrap them up like a little burrito.
Oh, but is that bad now? Are they saying that's bad? Don't do that?
Use the
Or is
word
that
burrito
okay?
or
No, to swaddle. And you never know. Once it's good, once it's bad.
No, yeah, swaddling's fine.
Oh
It's
my
like
God, he swaddled
you
his
hold
kid.
them. The thing about swaddling is like it holds them in like a firm place. It's kind of like being in the womb, and they just kind of go to sleep. Also, sunning the baby is really important. So like taking it out, getting direct sunlight, not putting sunscreen on the children. Don't put talk about sunscreen another time, but I don't use sunscreen. I live in California.
Elon Musk. That's the theme of the show.
Elon
I
Musk.
love that you had a kid, but like, let's tie it in now. Your kids.
How many children does Elon Musk have?
Don't know. 10? 5? He has quite a few. I know he has like six boys or something, and then probably more. I don't know. But he's a big advocate of having more kids, which to me indicates he's not part of that globalist movement of like, what is it, depopulating the earth and like, oh, we have, Bill Gates is talking about we have too many people on earth. No, we don't. Like, it's fine. Let's get more people here. It will be good. Bring in that solar energy, bring in that Bitcoin, let Twitter be owned by the people.
Dude, they had a child. He had a child with Grimes via surrogate too. Wow, that's weird.
Okay, to each its own.
No, I
like it, man.
7 kids. Nevada, Griffin, Xavier, Kai, Saxon, and Damien. X.
Yeah, he's got a kid
12.
that's named X something.
He's got some interesting names. I have an interesting name for Charlie too. That's my new baby's name. You want to know the whole name?
Sure.
Charlie Cobra, the Cosmic Dragon, Kemper.
Doge.
What do you think about that? Doge.
Can you throw in a Doge? I mean, dude, you need to throw in a Doge, or like a ego,
Elon,
or something like a subliminal. It's French. Ijode. Throw it in there. Just do something. Yeah. So so I hit my head on the bottom of a pool yesterday.
Oh, how'd you do that?
And it's like the bottom of the pool does not budge. It's like just there.
Hard. Was it like, but was it
so hard?
Was it
like you think you're so strong, you think you're so invincible, and then you like hit your head on the bottom of the pool. You're like, oh my god! Like I am like.
Now, was it a tiled bottom or was it like a stucco bottom?
You know, the stucco kind, I think, like the
Stucco?
rough kind of thing. But it was just like it was a miss. I didn't have my goggles on. I was playing with the kiddies. Took a wrong turn. The water was a little bit too shallow to do the move I tried. And before
What was the move you tried?
I was like going down and I was gonna run into I think a kid, so I tried to like do a little thing, but I had my eyes closed, and then I went a little too low, and then boom! It's like
Like did you hit the bottom of the pool or the side of the pool?
Yeah, the bottom. No, it's the bottom, but it wasn't that deep. You know, it was like a kiddie. It was like I don't know. It's like I could stand up in it type of thing, right? But you know, anyways, live and learn. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Ooh, dude, I am on a reading
Want me to go?
You're done? Gotta go?
Yeah, I gotta go pick up Sequoia.
Okay, let's bring this one to an end, and we will. This is an hour and a half. This is good.
This is an hour and a half. This is perfect. This is perfect. I would say that I also, like a couple of years ago, I was in a pool. It was like there was a hot tub and there was a pool right next to it, and I was in like full porpoise mode. It was crazy. I was like, I'm just gonna dive from this one to the other. Dove from the one to the other. Went all the way down my whole face. Blew up my nose, black eye, bleeding. Oh man. Important lesson.
Nothing happened to me. It was tiny compared to what could have happened. Yeah, no, you got to be careful in the pool. You think you're just like, oh, I'm floating and it's so fun, and then it was like, blah.
Yeah.
Anyways, Kyle. Okay, sounds good, dude. Thanks for everyone for watching. Appreciate it.
Yeah, sending lots of love to everybody. And
yeah, we'll do another one. Maybe this weekend or something, Kyle. We could do another one.
Pray for Elon. Pray for Twitter.
Pray for freedom. Pray for love.
Freedom. Pray for love.
And exercise it in your day-to-day interactions with the people around you.
Yeah.
And focus on that which you can control. I'm by the way, dude, I was just trying to say when you were being called by your wife or whatever, is I am deep down. Like today you kind of put the reins on with like the whole, you have to talk about Elon Musk. It has to be about the SEC thing. It has to be these 4 words. And it's like, and then he conks out on me. I can't type letters. Anyways, okay, I digress. My point is that, bro, we need to do some shows because I am like, I'm reading books like you wouldn't believe. My new thing is not Twitter, not social media. Are you ready for it? Drum roll, please. Audiobooks on 2x. On 2x. And then I read the book while I listen to it. What? It's going in through my eyes and my ears at the same time. It's amazing. And I'm like whipping through books. Like when you do that, you can read a book in like 2 hours. Because and after a while, you figure out what he's saying, and you're just like locked in. It's awesome. So my brain is, aside from the hitting the ground and the pool thing, it is on fire right now. I've got so many ideas. Stoicism, ooh, fire. I'm reading literally meditations by Marcus Aurelius. It's so much exciting stuff. I have so much stuff to share. But let's do a show, man. Let's do like a normal love and freedom show where we just kind of,
Sonny,
just chat.
Thank you, Sonny. You're an inspiration. Keep reading. Keep being amazing.
Namaste.
Keep being an amazing father too to your wonderful children.
Yeah, lots of swimming. All right. Take care.
Love to